Let me ask you something, man.
Don't stop. I'm not finished yet.
Do you ever ask
Don't
yourself,
stop.
Okay. Welcome everybody to Live Live, the inaugural episode. Okay. And we've got a full crew here. We've got David and we've got Kim. Everybody say hello.
Hello, family. How are you?
All right.
Nice new digs. I like it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get started in talking about Diddy and what he has done.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. Allegedly.
Hasn't been convicted yet. Allegations are not convictions.
No, it's not. And he hasn't been arrested yet.
Oh, it's coming. Ryan
Murphy. I didn't say it's my. I didn't say it wasn't coming.
Well, yeah,
I said not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. I feel like we're watching Gladiator at that point. But anyway,
okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take you guys, give you a comprehensive deep dive all the way into everything and how we got to this point of everything that transpired this week, because there's a lot that has led up to this. So as the bad boy aficionado that I am, I got the tweets. So let's get into it. All right, so this week there was a raid on Mr. Cohn's homes, and I would say that this stems specifically more so from the Little Rod lawsuit, as opposed to when we spoke last time on the Iron Panther Presents channel about the Cassie lawsuit that lasted for all of 24 hours. The Little Rod lawsuit has a lot of allegations, and this lawsuit actually has pictures and videos and all types of stuff in there. So let's get into it. Puffy, or P. Diddy, Sean Combs, has long been known for his parties. He started out as a party promoter, having the best parties. That was where the whole bad boy management and promotions thing came from, and then it turned into a record label. So he's long been known for his parties, but there's the party, and then there's the after party. These after parties get wild, so they say. So nobody has come out and really said what goes on at these parties until recently. We've all seen the Drink Champs clip where he's asking Fabulous to party with him. We've all seen the Dirty Money release party with Kevin Hart, where we can see the camera panning and seeing some of the party when we weren't supposed to. Him talking to Usher and stuff and all of those videos. All right, so this lawsuit that Little Rod has. Let me just check in with the chat right quick. If you think that Diddy did it, put a 1 in the chat. If you think he's not guilty, you need to hear more. You need to be convinced. Put a 2 in the chat. All right, so Lil Rod produced 9 songs on this Love Off the Grid album.
Mm-hmm.
9 songs is like a whole album almost. So he only wanted 50,000 for it. And Puffy said, "I'll give you 29 to kick rocks." So this whole lawsuit stems from $21,000 that went unpaid, and as a grievance, yeah, he has a whole bunch of evidence towards some other stuff, and is like, well, you ain't gonna pay me, so I'm gonna sue you for everything now. The lawsuit starts off with his son shooting some guy named G in the recording studio bathroom. I believe it was after a dice game or an argument. And then Little Rod has to then help this person to the out of the studio and to the ambulance, and then cover up the situation by saying that the shooting happened down the block and he was able to make his way to the studio, and nothing happened there. But yet he has pictures of the bloody bathroom and says he still has the bloody clothes on some Monica Lewinsky type stuff. Like,
that was a different fluid, but I see your point.
Yeah. So after that, he then gets into a story that takes place Thanksgiving of 2022, where Young Miami's cousin, let's just say physically challenged, in the weight category, is being propositioned towards him, and he doesn't want to do that. He's offered cocaine. He doesn't want to do that. He goes to the bathroom. The cousin comes in. According to him in his lawsuit, she forced fellatio on him in the bathroom. He's suing her for that. His lawyer has amended the lawsuit 2 times. So that,
Back up. What's that have to do with Diddy? So his girlfriend sucked a man's dick, and now Diddy's being sued?
Diddy was trying to proposition my little Young Miami's cousin on
the chubby
Young
one.
Huh?
The chubby one.
Yeah.
Okay. So
right?
who sucked who?
Young Miami's cousin to Little Rod.
So Young Miami's cousin sucked Little Rod.
Yes.
I ask again, what does this have to do with Diddy? Because he wasn't sucking.
But Diddy propositioned.
But he wasn't sucking. Like it's no law against asking, you want your dick sucked? Like, I mean, that's not a thing. So I'm not sure. Was he underage?
He's saying that it happened against his will. Like,
the asking
no,
it's not against the will. It's the actual sucking,
no,
which
that's what I'm saying.
Do.
That's what I'm saying. He's saying that Diddy told her to go into the bathroom and to do it. She did it. He didn't want it. It was against his will.
So he's suing the man who sent the woman who did the sucking.
As I said, that's the first version of the lawsuit. The second version, the amended lawsuit now has Young Miami's cousin as a defendant in it.
Okay.
But he doesn't know her name, so it's just Young Miami's cousin.
So real quick. I'm sorry. I want to get back to the murder.
This thing, let me tell you. Let me just say this before you say what you're gonna say. This lawsuit, because I listened to someone read the whole daggone thing, okay? And this lawsuit has so many. Diddy told this person to do this. Diddy told that person to do this. They got pictures, right? But
let me get to it.
They're not. He's not there. Whoa. Okay, if we're gonna do this incident by incident, which I think is your format. I would like to go back to the first incident because I need to understand what Diddy have to do with covering up a murder. So did Diddy actually?
No, it was not a murder. It was just a shooting. It wasn't a murder. It was just a shooting.
So did Diddy do the shooting?
Nobody knows who
did the shooting. Diddy's son did the shooting.
They don't know that. They don't know that Diddy.
No, that is the
allegation. The allegation that the son did the shooting. Correct.
Yes.
Okay, and then this is Diddy's fault. Why?
Okay. It happened.
That's what I was trying to say before. Okay, go ahead.
No, but let's do it. Let's do it by incident because I truly I don't know any of this shit, and I'm not understanding how this is even a thing. Okay.
All right. So Diddy is not the only one being sued. Diddy and all of the corporations associated with Diddy are being sued. So these corporations he's entered into a partnership with these companies to release this album. They've given him some upfront money to do recording, stuff like that. He's recording the album in said studio. His son is there, all right? His son does the shooting, all right?
Okay.
All right. The lawsuit has been revised to include said son, right? But the first version of the lawsuit and the current version of the lawsuit state that Little Rod has been pressured by Diddy to cover up said shooting, which is why he is suing him. It was traumatic for him to have helped this gunshot victim all the way to the front entrance, to the paramedics, applying pressure, all of that type of stuff. And
is this a criminal suit or a civil suit?
This is civil.
Of course.
Well, he's not a district attorney, so it couldn't be criminal. He can't bring a criminal suit. Only a district attorney could do that. All right.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like Cassie was trying to get paid, obviously. Like she tried to file a civil suit to be like,
well, this is a civil suit as well.
Okay, so they braided his house for a civil suit?
We didn't get that far yet.
Hold up. Wait, so the first case, real quick. Okay. First case. All right. Allegation.
No, that's not a case. That's not a case. That's allegation.
Okay, so I'm saying, so again, Diddy is putting together an album. Son comes, allegedly shoots someone, right? He shoots someone. This person helps cover up said shooting that Diddy didn't even do, and now he's being sued because the guy felt pressure and he's accessory after the fact. Is he not admitting to helping with the crime at this point?
No. Well,
what?
He's admitting that he did lie to the police as directed by Diddy.
Once again, he's admitting to being an accessory after the fact.
That is correct.
Okay, so he's admitting. So unless he got some kind of immunity, he's to be the one needs to be arrested. I'm sorry, you did what? But did he help me?
No, but he didn't. No, okay.
What?
He has he wouldn't be arrested, and I'll tell you why. He's stating that it was done under duress.
So duress frees you of any responsibility in this particular situation, even though he has evidence that he helped.
As it relates to this particular situation, him being under duress by being pressured by Diddy,
not physical,
for all of the reasons that we will get into later. Yes, it is excusable for him having had lied to the police because he feels as though there was danger to his well-being if he did not go along with the script that he was told to. All right.
Okay.
All right. So
first allegation. I had to cover up a crime that his son did. If he did it, did he make me feel pressure? That's a crime. Then we get into Young Miami's cousin, a woman, real quick. Diddy offered to suck the man's dick, correct? That's the allegation.
No.
You said Diddy first. You said Diddy first.
No, I said Diddy propositioned the cousin towards him, right? He offered him cocaine and he offered him.
I thought you said the woman sucked the dick in the end.
Yes.
What?
Diddy offered Little Rod cocaine. Diddy offered Little Rod fellatio from Young Miami's cousin.
Got it.
He said no, right? He goes to the bathroom.
Yes.
Diddy then directs her to go in the bathroom.
Makes her suck it.
Yes.
Got it. And her sucking is his fault.
At the direction and behest of Diddy. Yes.
I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand. All right. So, okay, I got it. All right. So he's also responsible that he made Lil Miami's cousin suck another man's dick. And now the man is like, you did it to me through her. And he has the semen.
But no.
Do we have evidence? Do we have saliva? Do we have evidence?
This is what I'm trying to say, David.
Okay.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Let me just lay out everything, and then we will pick it apart.
Yes or no? Does he have evidence of sucking?
No.
Wait.
All right.
Wait. Let me lay everything out before
my fault. Go ahead. All right. What else we got?
Okay.
All right.
The next incident of significance in the lawsuit is the Caribbean trips on the yacht, where we have Cuba Gooding Jr. on said yacht.
Okay, all right.
And he is off as in the same way that Diddy offered up Young Miami's cousin to Little Rod. He is now offering Little Rod to Cuba Gooding Jr. And Cuba Gooding Jr. is massaging and caressing his thigh. And there's photo images of that. And Little Rod is
No. I have to stop you on that one, Jemani. There is a picture of him putting his arm around him, and he's close to Little Rod or whatever his name is, but he is not touching his thigh.
I don't know what the image you saw, but the image that I saw, there's a hand on the thigh.
It's not a thigh connection.
Huh?
Okay. So again, Cuba Gooding Jr., a man who's already been convicted of sexual assault, if I do remember correctly. Oh, hi, babe.
Yeah.
My wife is here. Oh, hi, Diddy. Wanted to party. Stop bringing up Cat Williams, babe. My babe always been bringing up Cat Williams. He said that shit.
Right. Cat Williams said it.
Why is Cat Williams not part of this lawsuit? I'm sorry, babe. Thank you for joining me, and I love you. Anyway, let's get back to who touched who. All right, I need to understand. Cuba Gooding Jr. is the one that may or may not have gave this man a hand job. Is that what we're getting to with this?
I didn't say anything about a hand job. You
said hands on the thigh, so you did say that.
Yeah, I said hands. I said massaging and caressing of said thigh.
You're very busy. I'm playing with you. Go ahead. But Cuba Gooding Jr. did massaging. He did the molesting, if it happened. Correct?
Correct.
And somehow Diddy once again is responsible for this, according to the lawsuit.
As I said, can you allow me to lay out stuff before picking apart everything? All right, we can go over. We can have the discussion. Let me just lay out the facts of the case first.
All right.
Okay, so that is taking place, right? Then there's other little things that took place over the gap of time while he was producing said album and was in the Diddy camp, as you would say, right? From, I believe it's September, October of like 2022 to about October, November of 23. So a little over a year. So he has accused Diddy of groping his anus.
Okay, all right. Now we're getting something.
Allow me. Okay, so
how do you grope?
I had no idea that was even something that was physically possible.
The hole itself,
and there's several revisions to said lawsuit, as I said. We're working on the Second Amendment. So it actually goes into detail as to how I guess that could happen. I don't know. But he's been directed to clean Mr. Cohn's bathroom. He's on like hands and knees cleaning the bathroom, and Mr. Combs decides to go into the glass enclosed shower while the bathroom is being cleaned, and then comes out and then grabs a handful.
A handful of what?
A blue knot, I guess.
I'm saying like there's grabbing an ass, which is a cheek, right? As opposed to anus. Like that's tissue inside your ass. Like that doesn't, you can't grab that. Like I'm confused on anus.
Like I'm trying not to get so graphic, but all right, so it's pretty much physically impossible if you're erect and I mean standing up spine wise, right? But if you're on your hands and knees, and if you're wearing somewhat baggy clothes, somebody can just, you know, slip their hand in and
that's
in between said cheeks and
that's penetration. That's not grabbing.
No, so I'm saying they don't have to penetrate the actual. This is getting way too graphic. Getting inside, but they can be massaging or, you know, whatever in between said cheeks. Yeah,
he massaged outside booty hole. That's what he's suggesting. That's what he's suggesting.
Correct.
I'm okay. All right. But he actually did this one though.
Correct.
Allegedly.
So, and he's saying that he has been coaxing him to get into homosexual activities by saying that his producer idol Stevie J has been engaging in said same homosexual activity for a long time, and he is supposed to have shown him a video of Stevie J, which has now been disproven to be Stevie J interacting in said homosexual activities or what have you, right? So that neither here nor there, right? That's one end of things. Now we get more into Little Rod saying that he has been given the same Cassie-like duties of procuring sex workers. When they go to town, when they come into town.
Is that 50 Cent's baby mama?
Haven't gotten there. He puts on a bad boy starter cap and goes around the areas for, you know, where sex workers or escorts frequent and say Diddy's in town, and you know.
Wait. They want us to believe that he wore a hat as advertisement as he went down.
Yes, he wears a bad boy starter cap
to be like, I need you to jump. Trust me, I'm working for Diddy. Correct. And his baby mama was outside on the street.
Whose baby mother?
50 Cent baby mama was out there on the street.
Anything about 50, but you're jumping the gun. I didn't get into
that.
Man.
All right.
Right? So that's what is, I think I've covered pretty much everything on paper in the lawsuit, right?
Okay,
So as I said, it came out February 26th or so, right? Since then, there was a First Amendment. Then there was a Second Amendment. The Second Amendment came out same day as the raid this week, right? Okay. Now I'm going to get into the deep legal side, right? Little Rod has a case, right?
For what?
For the allegations that he's making. He has receipts, he has videos and photos and all types of stuff, right?
Of what? You gonna talk? I'm sorry. To please. Okay.
He has all of these things, right? He has a bad lawyer, right? What his lawyer has done is just it's just bad. Like his lawyer, his name is Tyrone Blackbird, right?
What the fuck is that? Jamai. Let's. Okay. Let's do the thing he actually did. Let's back up to the thing he actually did.
Wait. What thing? Who actually did?
Okay. But if you take all of this as fact, right? Let's say everything out of this fucker's mouth is fact. The only thing P. Diddy actually did was at some level grope his ass. At some level. Does he have video evidence or some photo evidence of him grabbing his ass? Does he have evidence of that? Because that's assault. I mean, that's sexual harassment. That's unwanted
All right.
touching.
So you're speaking about
What you just said.
No, you're speaking about criminal law. Assault is a criminal offense, or like it. We're talking about a civil.
He hurt my feelings. He owes me money.
No, so civil litigation is not beyond what you're talking about is beyond a reasonable doubt, shadow of a doubt, all of that. That's criminal. There's a different preponderance of evidence in civil. Civil means you're just weighing the scales. And if you get more than 51%, you're in the right. So that's why people can, win a criminal suit like a OJ and lose a civil suit.
That's up to a jury, though, right? A jury decides this. Either way.
It depends. You can have a judge give a verdict on a criminal case, and a judge can, do the same thing for a civil case. It depends on what is asked in the lawsuit.
All right, real quick. Let's let Kim get in here. Real quick. So, Kim, of the allegations you heard and what you know about the situation, what are your thoughts? First impressions. And who's behind you? Is that the guy?
But wait. I'm saying I didn't even finish. Like
that's a little ride.
Jamai. Like I get we've been doing this for 30 minutes. All right, bro. Like Kim's gonna talk and then give her side what we got so far, and then we can continue. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all right. So like Kim, like what do you got right now so far?
Well, when I was listening to someone read the lawsuit, I just felt like it sounds very disturbing, definitely, but I don't know how he's going to prove any of it, unless he gets he does have some people backing him up as far as allegations that stuff happened to them, but nobody actually has proof unless the videos that he's talking about are the videos that Diddy took in his house, because his entire house is wired for cameras, right?
So wait. Before let me get to that, right?
Go ahead, David. Let him do his thing. It's his channel.
Yeah, I just don't want to get out of sequence or out of order, right? So before we get to that, right? It's known in the lawsuit that he has the surveillance cameras everywhere, but I was trying to finish everything out with the lawsuit. So let me just try to get through that, and then we can go towards everything else.
We're gonna get through the lawsuit, and then Kim's gonna talk about what she feels about the lawsuit, and then we'll get the investigation. All right.
What?
Like finish the lawsuit, but I'm saying the allegation of the lawsuit is still Kim can still provide some thoughts on that, because then we're gonna move on to the raid, right? I'm assuming you want to cover the raid too.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You're really throwing me off of the sequence. I was just trying to give a factual depiction of what happened, and then we could more, get into the discussion. But I'm just trying to run through it as quick as I can. But let me just run through it. The lawsuit, his lawyer has filed stuff with all of these different companies, right? Some of the companies He is now dropped from the lawsuit. Some of the allegations that were made have been dropped and replaced with others. He filed it in federal court, but he filed it like he was filing it in state court. They've actually asked for sanction. The Universal Music Group has said that we're not even a real company. We're like a shell corporation. You need to be suing the actual record label, as opposed to like just the figurehead name. He didn't even file the stuff right. So they're asking for sanctions against him as a lawyer, not just to have the case just thrown out, but they want to have sanctions brought against the lawyer for not filing the case properly, not asking the judge to the judge or either the other parties in the case to allow for amendments to take place. So he's just all over the place. He has a bad lawyer. He needs a better lawyer, preferably the one that Cassie had, preferably the one that the girl from the 17-year-old girl from the recording studio that's suing him and Harv Pierre, which was the vice president of Bad Boy. But all of that to say, the revision came through on the same day that the raid happened. And what the lawyer is saying through back channels and stuff is that there's more to come, even more to come, and that they somewhat do have something to do with each other. I guess, yeah, we can. I've pretty much said everything about the actual legal filings. So yeah, we could open it up, Kim, if you want to discuss that. Like I'll get into like the raid and all that stuff a little bit later, but we can just talk about all of the Little Rod stuff and everything like that.
Okay. So anywho, this is just my opinion. So from what I heard and what I've seen and all this other stuff, Little Rod is saying that these things happen. He says he has video of these things happening, right? But is the video that he has video he took himself, or is the video something he stole from the house? As far as Diddy's entire house is wired for sound and cameras, right? But when they were showing like the picture, I just looked at the picture again of Little Rod and Cuba Gooding Jr. I still don't see where his hand is on Little Rod's thigh. But I don't see how this is sexual harassment when a lot of men put their arm around another man and they talk closely to them, especially if it's in a music setting, so they can hear each other. And literally, that's what's going on. They're like, Little Rod has on, I think he actually has on like headphones. Yeah, he does. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the proof that is needed. Not to say that Cuba has not done sexual stuff to women before, right? I'm not saying he did get convicted. Well, he got convicted and he got community service. Okay,
he got
sexual. And so I'm not, and we saw him on video doing stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not saying any of these people are innocent, because they're not at all. But what I'm saying is proving it is a completely different thing, right? So if this guy is saying, if witnesses saw the same thing he saw, fine. If he saw Justin or Christian shoot the young man, fine. But what he said was the door was closed. And when he went into the door, that's when he saw the blood and he saw the person in there, right? Is anyone else going to back this story up? The only picture he has basically is the bloody bathroom, right? But how do we know that bathroom is the
same bathroom or whatever? But
belongs to that guy. You know what I'm saying?
I think Jamani's point is that we are looking at it from a criminal standpoint, like to prove the crimes happened, as opposed to Did he hurt his feelings, and therefore
it's not a matter of did he hurt his feelings, but it's just a different metric that's being used to
okay.
calibrate justice, so to say.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you're looking at it as Cassie's lawsuit had less proof than this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Cassie,
But
to your
But
point,
Cassie settled out, and it was
yeah, that didn't even go to trial, so it doesn't matter.
okay,
Like,
Cassie had a civil case, right?
Mhm.
She had less evidence in said complaint. This is a complaint. This is not court TV, and we're talking about what is at said civil trial. This is just what's being offered up at the beginning of the case for the complaint. The lawyer, as well as that's representing Little Rod, is saying there's so much more, and
Mhm.
he's saying I can't put it all into a lawsuit. If there's a video, you can't put that into a court document.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I know. I understand that part. I do. I do.
Still
I do.
photo or
Mhm.
or screenshot into an actual court document,
Right.
which is something that is rarely, if ever, even done.
Right. I get that. But what I'm saying, okay, so the whole sex trafficking game, let's get to the nitty gritty, right? The whole sex trafficking thing is the reason why he got raided by the FBI
Well,
and everybody
I
and
didn't
their
even
uncle,
get-
right?
well, yeah, we're gonna. So okay, so Jamal, we're gonna get to that part. So we're just with the allegation with this additional case. The only thing in the allegations that Diddy he claims he did directly is the ass thing. Everything was somebody else. Everything was somebody else did this. Diddy happened to be there. Diddy made it happen, but Diddy didn't do it. Right? I mean, we're on the same sheet of music on that, right? Like he's saying Diddy created the environment and therefore is responsible, except for he touched my booty when he made me clean his bathroom. And why the fuck were you cleaning the bathroom after you got your dick sucked? I don't understand that. Like
this is not the same day.
But it doesn't. If this is sequential
But if this is what's
if
going
this is
on in this household, why didn't he just leave?
why? It's like you're again, but
Okay,
again, civil versus criminal. But that just
to answer that, he said there's the carrot and the stick, right? So it's a matter of, do you want to work in the business again, or do you want to be blackballed? And Diddy is saying, I'm going to get you a $20 million house, and you're going to get producer of the year at the Grammys. And I'm going to introduce you to your producer idol, Stevie J, and you're going to work with him on said album. So he's incentivized to stay by all of these different things.
So you're selling your soul to the devil. Okay, I get it.
Well, again, if you was like a casting, like the booty thing would have made sense if he was like, if I get to touch it, I'll let you meet these people. Like I can see that, right? But the whole my girlfriend's cousin, I'm gonna make her suck your dick. I'm not even sure what he's supposed to get out of that. And then it's like, and again, you can't just.
All right, so I can tell you what he's gonna get out of that.
You gotta have something.
It's a matter of Diddy is trying to get something on everybody he's around, right? So there has to be impropriety of some sort. He's offering him cocaine. He's trying to get him in compromising situations, whether it's homosexual activity, all of these different things. Huh?
Or not. A woman sucking your penis is not homosexual activity.
I didn't say that was. I'm saying you're connecting things that these are two separate things.
But it's all part of the same lawsuit. I'm saying, like, if this is part of the pattern of Diddy did this to me, I'm that one still sticks out as the most silliest, I guess. Like the covering up the crime, I guess, but again, you're implicating your son. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of hung up on that one. But again, more documents to come, right? Like the story's not over for this, right?
Correct.
All right, so we can wait for the other documents to come because I'm not impressed, like with this particular case. Cassie had far more receipts that seemed more credible to me. That why Diddy was like, I will pay you today to shut the hell up, like to me.
Yeah. Yep. Because she knows where all the tapes are buried.
Okay, so wait, you're saying that Cassie had more proven than Little Rod does?
Yes. It made more sense. Like it hence his reaction. Like, I mean, he was like, this needs to go away today. Like, it wasn't let me talk about it or some kind of thing. Like, this dude, I like it just again,
Okay.
Diddy did it. And every one of her examples, Diddy was the one that was like, you need to go find me some ass. Diddy was the one who beat her. Diddy was the one that did it, not that some other person touched her.
Okay,
So I'm
so
like,
all right, so nothing about Cassie's lawsuit she specifically redacted certain names in her lawsuit as dangling, like I couldn't start naming names if this goes to trial or what have you. The Little Rod put a lot of stuff into the initial complaint. It didn't get said settlement. So he's adding some more and he's adding some more and he's adding some more. But as I said, there's more to come. It's not like this is the actual trial. So the stuff that he has added as of recent speaks of Brendan Paul, speaks of Fahim Muhammad. These two people, and what they have actually done is what probably, or more than likely, has brought the feds into things.
Which is what? Which is what? I'm sorry. Is this been revealed? Because I don't know who these people are.
Yeah,
So
who are they? Who are they? I don't know who that is.
Okay. Brandon Paul is by the feds, or because he has been arrested. He was arrested with the jet.
The drug dealer.
So he's been called the drug mule, right?
Okay.
He's the guy who procures the pink cocaine, right?
Oh, hence your video. Got it.
And the pink cocaine, that's one hell of a drug. Like because that is like every drug in one is MDMA, ketamine.
But what is that? So
that meant right. So if he's the drug mule for Diddy, when
the gun carrier, because
when they arrested the mule, how come they didn't arrest Diddy? Because he was standing right next to him. They didn't arrest Diddy. They arrested him, the mule, and they didn't even.
Okay. They arrested him because he actually had cocaine on him.
Right, but if it's Diddy,
he was charged with said cocaine.
So why didn't they arrest Diddy?
Because he didn't do anything. I'm not
understanding why they keep saying he's the drug mule for Diddy. Like this is like something that Diddy's gonna get in trouble for. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there any proof that this guy is doing this drug for Diddy, or is he bringing it on because he's gonna party with Diddy?
It seems like you're very pro Diddy.
No, it's just no. I'm not pro Diddy. Questions, bro.
It doesn't make sense.
I'm saying Brendan Paul is his drug mule. I guess that's the term that they're using: drug mule and gun carrier. He was arrested because he was in possession of said cocaine. If he wasn't in possession of said cocaine at the time, he probably wouldn't have been arrested. And his arrest goes towards, if you know anything about the feds, it goes towards, I'm going to flip him to get to the bigger fish. So
but didn't they do that to Lil Wayne? Remember that time that Lil Wayne got arrested? He was like on a bus, and Lil Wayne's one of his friends had like some drugs and a gun, and they arrested everybody on the bus,
guilty by association,
including Lil Wayne, right?
Okay.
And then what happened was Lil Wayne had to fight his way out of this because it wasn't his stuff, but it was his bus, right?
He didn't fight his way out because he did actually go to jail for it. I'm saying, but in that situation, that is dealing with something being in a confined area, like a bus, a car. Like if you're in a motor vehicle and there is something in the glove compartment, something in the console, something in any seat, it doesn't even matter if you were sitting in said seat. If it's in said seat and they tell you to get out of the car, they search the car, it's everybody's, it's community. It's called community property at that point because everybody was in it and everybody could have had access to said community property. That is a different situation than finding something on somebody's person. So,
okay, so the fact that it was physically
carries a fanny pack with all this stuff in there, so it's on his person.
Okay, so the fact that's the why.
That's the difference. Okay,
okay.
I didn't know that. That's the difference. Okay, thank you.
The white dude mule was bailed out for less than $3,000. There's no way he could be the drug mule if it wasn't really carrying anything. I don't think about that. And she's got a point. Why were those drugs alone? But on the other hand, Diddy really didn't know. It's like an association. Even this situation is association. He's associated with Cuban Gooding Jr., who for some reason wanted to touch this other dude. He's associated with Young Miami's cousin, who may or may not wanted to suck this dude's dick. He's associated with obviously with his son, who actually did the shooting, and then he helped cover up the shooting. Allegedly. So it's like it's all like, again, Diddy and the company is how you get money, right? Like you can't go after Young Miami or Young Miami's cousin because they ain't got no money. So you go after the person or the organizations that can get you paid, just like Cassie. Cassie went after the companies. So and she got paid, hence for the civil suit, not the criminal suit. So okay,
so right now they're trying to build the criminal suit, right?
Rainy J is saying he needs Larry. Could you tell me who Larry is?
Yeah, I don't know that. I thought you knew.
So I have a question. So basically, Jemani, what you're saying is that the case right now is basically it's a civil case, right? And the feds and all the cops and all that stuff that happened is based on they feel like they have evidence that he is trafficking women for his sexual pleasures, and he was doing it through Little Miami. And what's her name? The chick that had the baby with 50 Cent.
No.
That's a separate. These are separate things. They just happen to come out at the same time.
Let me clear all of this up.
Okay.
All right. So from this point on, let's just say we're in speculation land. Like we've exhausted the facts. I
wouldn't call that case, but okay.
All right. So no, I'm saying. What do you mean?
Like at first, the civil suit, I think is a whole bunch of speculation myself. So
that he filed the lawsuit.
Oh, the fact that he actually filed it. Got it.
That's what it says in there. That's
got it.
Right.
Okay, so
I'm saying everything from this point on, we're just speculating. There's nothing that.
So basically, it's two separate things, is what you're saying, right? The whole trafficking thing, and then
So he has, from the Cassie lawsuit and the Child Survivor Act that expired in November, he got 3 cases from that. He settled one of them, which is Cassie, right? And then he caught another case, civil case, after that, in another district or. I can't remember if it's California or what have you, but then the Little Rod case came in, right? Mm-hmm. So he has about 4 civil cases right now. Now,
real quick, are there any criminal things happening to him right now?
There's nothing. I mean, there's no criminal charges.
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
They're
Okay.
coming.
Okay.
So in the end, he's just got to pay a whole bunch of money.
So four civil cases right now.
I know.
And the Little Rod case is the more sensational because of the photos in it, right?
All right.
And because it is the most recent, right? All these other cases, this happened to me in the 90s. This happened to me in the early 2000s. This is like 20 to 20 plus years ago. This happened 6 months, 12 months ago. So that is why it is getting more acclaim,
more attention.
More
why did they go into his house? I want to know that.
All of that is just speculation. I'm gonna tell you that. Right.
Okay.
But all of these cases seem to have the similar hallmarks of I was told to procure sex workers, and I'm complaining about said sex that happened and stuff like that, right? Except for pretty much the case that happened back when he was in like college, where with the Aaron Hall thing, that has nothing to do with sex workers, but that that's neither here nor there.
Sexual assault, though, right? She's saying she was raped.
Yeah, but I'm saying it doesn't have that wouldn't be considered anything with sex trafficking, which is the link to all these other civil cases, right?
All sex-based crimes, though.
Okay, yeah.
I would submit. I mean, they're all. It's not like he stole my money.
But there's nothing criminal about.
There's no criminal charges. There's no criminal charges.
There would not be any criminal charges because it's past the statute of limitations.
That's what I'm saying. So criminal charge, not that it wasn't criminal. I mean, rape is criminal, but there's no criminal charges filed because
there were no criminal charges, and there won't be any criminal charges to come because it's outside of the statute of limitations. We're talking about civil cases. There's nothing criminal taking place at all, other than Brendan Paul being arrested for the cocaine. That's the only.
And that's his problem.
Right? Okay, that's his issue. So what about the whole thing about, because from what a lawyer said the other day, right? They said that they don't believe they believe there may be charges coming for Diddy, but if they're really gonna have to really dig in there to all the evidence to find it on him. But they were really saying that they think that they're trying to get to someone higher than Diddy. So they think that maybe this is like a whole big kind of conspiracy thing, right? Where there's a person higher than Diddy in this trafficking thing.
That's when we enter the realm of speculation, because I'm like, there's nothing that even remotely proves that. That's just assertion.
So then what made him, what made them, what do you think the evidence is, as a person who knows law, what do you think the evidence is that made them be able to get a warrant from two different judges to raid this guy's houses?
All right.
Rico.
It's not about about getting a warrant. It's about who served the warrant. Like, if it was FBI, if it was DEA.
So DHS.
If it was ATF, that would be one thing. It would make more sense.
But this is Homeland Security and the FBI.
I know. I was getting to that.
Okay.
When you say Homeland Security, that's a wholly different thing. That speaks towards there's a national security issue at play.
Yeah,
I didn't think they did that shit. I thought the FBI. I mean, I thought that was the FBI's job. So I was even more confused on why DHS was
okay. Now we're getting, as I said, speculation. Like, you know how people say allegedly? I'm just gonna keep saying we're in speculation land, right? Because there's nothing that proves any of this, right? Now, I have a whole list of reasons, or I shouldn't say reasons, but speculations as to what occurred, right?
Lacey.
So,
what? I'm sorry. What was it? They actually said that they went in for, like, they said why they kicked down the doors. It was like supposed to be it was supposed to be sex trafficking and guns, right? Like they said that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be
Give me
clear.
no evidence. Give me no evidence. Don't forget that.
All right, I'll put it to you this way: we have not seen the search warrant. No
So
one
you're
has.
saying
seen the
they
search
could be
warrant.
lying for what they were looking for? You say it's possible.
I'm saying, if I'm law enforcement, all right, and I'm looking for, let's just say, fill in the blank, right, and I'm looking for other things as well, guns, evidence of sex trafficking, in addition, but I'm not disclosing the primary reason for why I'm doing this search or seizure. I'm naming the secondary issues because of the media attention, but I've still have not disclosed, or am keeping close to the vest, the primary reason, right? And the primary reason, I think, is all that security footage. That, like, if you've seen the lawsuit and you've seen like the still frames, it has days on it. It has days, hours, minutes, and seconds
Of the civil suit? We're going back to the
Yes.
civil suit.
Yes.
So why is
Well-
DHS kicking down a door to help prove a civil suit?
No, I didn't say that. You're connecting. I'm
You're
saying
connecting.
No, I'm saying that there's footage there, right?
Yes.
Right? Crimes have taken place
Connected
that
to the
are
civil suit.
in the window, right? Because I said all these other things are older. This is in the window of, it's not of statute of limitations. He can be prosecuted criminally for these things that are in the
For
new
what?
Little Rod suit,
So,
right?
so is it the sex trafficking thing? Is it the rape thing? Like, are we talking about these things?
We're
so
not
it's-
necessarily talking about Little Rod directly, right? We're talking
Similar
about
crimes. Similar
Huh?
crimes. If he did it before,
Yeah.
he may have done it again. So you're saying that they're like, this is a pattern. We may
And
see
it's on
footage.
video. It's somewhere on video.
If you have a lot of people making the same or similar complaint, right? And
Mm.
then the latest victim, right, is a recent victim, and they're saying that there is footage of said criminal activity, right, that has taken place in multiple jurisdictions, right? So it's not a matter of this is just a New York problem, or this is just a Florida problem, or this is just a California problem. This is now federal, right?
It's
So-
why FBI and DHS are involved.
So to take the FBI out, right, and DA and ATF, right, to bring Homeland Security in, this is a threat to national security, right? All I can think of is vote or die.
What?
This is an election year, right?
What the fuck?
Vote or die is Puffy had his campaign, getting into politics and all of that stuff before.
What?
You got to remember, a lot of politicians weren't always politicians. You've got Vice President Kamala Harris used to be armed candy for Montel Williams, who may have frequented a Puffy party back in the day, right? Vote or Die came out right around the time that Obama spoke at the Democratic Convention in 2004. Maybe he was at a Diddy party.
So what's that guy's name? Epstein. Is it Epstein? The fucker who was supposed to kill himself? What's that guy's name? Is it Epstein?
Yeah.
So you're saying he's gonna be the Black Epstein? That they're gonna be like, oh, all these people were at his house
Yeah,
and touching,
that's what they're trying to do.
and touching boys or some shit? Like that. That's the
Boys
goal.
and girls. Yep.
All right, I was like, because I'm just saying, like, if you, to your point, if you're going for national security stuff, right? Like if you're saying like these are just symptoms of a much bigger thing, then you're saying that speculating that may be what they're looking for, evidence of other similar activities. So the civil cases just gave them something to look for in a time frame in which to do so.
Yep, and it happened in
And
his
there's
house.
evidence of that. So, all right. So national security, you would think of them doing some sort of clandestine CIA type of stuff, which is called like a sneak and peek, right? Where since the Patriot Act, the government can get a warrant, come into your house, look at stuff, take stuff, and never tell you anything out of a matter of national security. But for them to come in with such brute force, it's not a matter of we're trying to keep this secret.
Hush.
Yeah. And they did it while they knew he wasn't at home. So we're raiding the house, and like the Ice-T songs, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I gotta
cops are at my door. They waited when he wasn't at home to go through the
some
door.
sort of evidence, right? I gotta flush this down the toilet. I gotta wipe my hard drive or something. No, you're not even home, and then we're coming in, right? The feds might have thought, well, he's about to be on a plane out of the country. We'll do the raid then.
So it's really about the house, not necessarily about him. When Homeland gets involved is when weapons are being transferred around the country. I think so Diddy having people bring them his guns might do it. But then, I mean, that's ATF. I mean, if you're talking about weapons, I mean, that could be FBI. Like DHS is damn near terrorism at this point. So,
but when you think about him leaving said country, right? That's where he has a private plane. He's not going through commercial as much, or as people aren't going through commercial as much. So there's not as much checks and balances where that goes. So since then, they have subpoenaed the places like his communication companies, like his cell phone providers, the charters that take care of the jets, to get manifests and all types of information as far as that goes, to start connecting dots. So subpoenas have gone out this week in regards to his traveling and his communications.
If Diddy's not arrested, then all of this means nothing. I will say yes. Until that fucker's in handcuffs or whatever, right? Like then what are we doing? Like if nothing else, they're gonna help these civil suits. Like like you said, it's not. I don't think it's coincidence that like the week his house gets raided is when this guy's like, oh yeah, by the way, I got some more stuff. Like people are trying to get civil suits is payment. Civil suits is money, correct? Like that's why they go civil. So ultimately, these people were just trying to get paid. Cassie just we talked about that when we did the Cassie video. Like she set the standard, but the fact that he did it so quickly, we said was like, it has to be something there, or it has to be enough that he's like, you need to shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to these other people who are all just trying to get paid. But it's interesting if DHS does find the video footage, can they use it? Because I thought if it's a warrant and you're looking for A and you ran into B, a good lawyer will be
as
like,
I said, we haven't seen said warrant, so we don't know what they were going in
there for.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, when you look at what they were, like the chaos that was happening, you're not looking. It didn't seem like they were looking for something big. They're looking all over the place for
I mean, so to Cassie, sex trafficking was the most common, right? So in particular, Cassie was like, it was men. He went from state to state and was like, find me some big dick black men and bring them to my house. That's all on the internet. I mean, she said herself, she went to websites, she typed that shit up. That's Google. Like, you don't have to break down a house for that. You're not going to find a gigolo sitting in the house when you get there.
Yeah. So that's why.
What are you looking for?
Yeah. Like, I'm not.
If it's sex,
I'm not of the mind that sex trafficking, you're thinking about sex trafficking in the sense of him being a pimp or a madam in that regard. And
no, he was a customer.
Yes. His sex trafficking is not what you think. It is more towards the essence of the law than the letter of the law, I guess you'd say. So it's more of the Mann Act. If you cross state lines for the purpose of sex, that's a crime. So
sex with a minor, right?
No,
no. The law was he's talking about that was interracial. That was when it was a black boxer.
That's what it was created for, but that's what it was created for. But it's anybody crossing state lines with the mens rea, which is the motive of having sex on, once they cross state lines. Because if you have, let's just pretend like, I'll give you the whole minor thing, right? So if it's legal to have sex with someone at the age of 15 in a state, but it's only legal to have sex with them at 18 in said state that you're in, you fly them to the 15 state, that's a crime because you flew them there
for the purpose of
having sex with them for that age standard, right? But it can be, it doesn't have to be just specifically because of a law. It can be because of where, I want to get you away from your family who lives in said state.
So again, R. Kelly could have fell under that because there was the whole but again, because it was like, hey, they were trying to separate from the family. Supposedly his lawyer.
Yeah, he was charged with sex, crossing state lines, and stuff like that. So he was charged with.
I think that Ben knew that they were coming. Also, we have to believe that our big police forces are acting with the evidence to match what they're doing. Fingers crossed. Our police force, excuse me, are acting with evidence. So again, I'm like, that's my thing. Like, we don't know that because it can't be these allegations of somebody touched me and Diddy was somewhat involved, so therefore I'm kicking down this man's door. Like, there has to be more stuff that we're not seeing. I think we can reasonably say that. And maybe, but didn't Cassie say I'm giving stuff to the government? I mean, much like Christian Key said he was going to do to said men, and that never went anywhere. Like, maybe she actually did it, and that's what they're working with. Like, maybe that it's like, well, I thought that was in New York, but I was like, I thought, like that kind of stuff. Like, it can't be what's publicly known because that doesn't make any sense. Like, and were the guns illegal that they confiscated? Because there's a Second Amendment, so he has the right to bear arms. So they're like, they took guns and video footage. I'm like, you can have a camcorder and a gun in America.
Well, he is said to have had illegal firearms that have had the serial number scratched off and stuff.
Okay, well then, yeah, you going
those as I said, those are allegations. I don't know if it has been proven because obviously the feds are keeping that close to the vest as far as whether those were illegal guns or not. I'm like, you can take I know that this is fiction, but you can take something like Power. We take your guns. We make sure that they haven't been involved in other crimes. We run the ballistics. Then we give you back your guns. But now your gun is in the system. So if you do anything in the future, we have.
Well, I mean, I saw that in the first 48. I mean, shit. I mean, it was like, hey, like I found the weapon. They connected one guy to another crime. But like you said,
I'm saying the probable cause to take said gun from a search warrant of a residence. Like,
well, so yeah. Well, I'm saying again, publicly, it was sex trafficking and guns, illegal guns. That's what they said. That's like you said, the public reason why they went into the houses. To everybody's point, they clearly made sure that he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's more like they just wanted to get to the house itself, and they took the surveillance footage and that kind of thing. Because surveillance footage of him shooting guns, what? Like, again, it's America. So I mean, so what? Him having sex with people, so what? Unless you can prove underage, unless you can prove it's a crime, what do you have evidence of? Like, so that's not really shit either. So like, unless like you got terrorists on these videos, I'm confused why DHS is involved. Like,
okay, so another one of the allegations is minors, right?
Okay. Now we're getting to something.
Okay, so there's a video that 50 Cent has posted. We're about to get into the 50 Cent of it all. The neighbor, when the raid is happening, is leaving his property and says, yeah, they be having minors over there all times of night, pulling up with a bus full of them. And if I throw my ball up, if my ball goes over to the other yard, I just leave it there. I'm too scared to knock on the door. So I'm like, the girl from 2003 that was suing, she was saying she was 17 at the time. So there has been talk of minors, and there's been talk that he will get people in said parties to, get with some of these minors and will then reveal that they were minors later on and blackmail them with said footage.
All right, so
Okay.
like I said, that's something. So again, now we're under the impression, and again, it could be ego or whatever, that he's stupid enough to keep this stuff after he knows
But
that, like,
he's keeping
Okay,
it
Cassie said
as
he
the
keeps it.
blackmail.
Cassie says he keeps it in her lawsuit. She said he keeps the videos.
Well, I'm saying so. Well, that
He's
I thought that
keeping
was
it as
no,
a
that's
matter
the
of
thing.
blackmail. It's not him just keeping it as like I'm fetishizing it like a R. Kelly, right? This is a matter of I set this in motion so that I could use this for blackmail purposes.
But I'm saying once Cassie's lawsuit comes out, or her threatening of a civil suit comes out, then he has to be, and people are paying attention. And she says, "I'm going to tell the authorities." That you would think he'd be smart enough to be like, just in case they come get me, I got to do something. Like I can't just have this shit around me. Is what I'm saying.
But the problem with that, David, is we have a cloud. It's a thing called the cloud. So you can get rid of as many videos as you want, or delete them off your computers and all that stuff. But guess where they live?
in the
cloud.
backup server.
No, well, I'll put it to you this way. I've been around some of these type of high level execs and all that type of stuff. They have cooling rooms, as they call it. They have servers in their basements.
Yeah.
Back rooms.
Right.
So that's why they rated all three at the same time.
Well, I'm saying
We don't
again,
know where it is and what they're particularly looking for, in which house it could be in, where it's been moved around, all of that type of stuff. So they rated everything all at once.
It's an interesting point. Again, the only thing publicly that they said that they took was the guns and the surveillance footage that I'm aware of. Like that's what they claimed that they confiscated.
Yep.
And does that give them the evidence to go question more witnesses, to be like, hey, like we caught you at his house at a certain time, and then Epstein. Right? So if this turns into an Epstein situation, like. Does he magically crazy case scenario, Epstein situation, he gets arrested, then all of a sudden he ends up magically killing himself, or to be like, because if you're going to the level, if they get the evidence to the level that you are discussing, of like there's senior political people and celebrities on these cameras, like doing this kind of wild stuff, he may not make it anyway, because they'd be like, hey,
they like every time something happens, whether it's the Cassie thing, they show a picture of him and he's like all sad, and like I don't know why he goes outside for the paparazzi to see him sad, or you see him just pacing around at the airport while they're doing the raid. It's like he makes some sort of a show of showing that he's concerned or what have you after these things. But the thing to worry about, I think, or I should say the conspiracy theorists, right, that are worried about the Fahim Muhammad of it all, right?
What is that? Who is that? I don't know who that is and what that means.
Okay. Fahim Muhammad is mentioned in the Little Rod lawsuit, and he said if I ever get arrested in Miami or California, call Fahim Muhammad. All right. Fahim Muhammad is a man of somewhat mystery, but he's like Jake Ballard from Scandal, like
some special forces Secret Service guy.
Yeah, like everybody, Candace Owens just got fired after
he's B613.
Candace Owens just got fired after saying, well, Diddy's man Fahim Muhammad was him and Conrad Murray were the only people in the room when Michael Jackson died, and there goes her job.
Well, I thought she lost her job because the whole Israel thing and versus Palestine. I thought, but I mean,
that happened before, and that might have been the thing. But I'm saying on her way out the door, her last show, she said that.
Oh, so I mean, okay. So we still looking forward. We still got to see what evidence they actually pulled out of the house, right?
Mhm.
And again, as Miss Sharon said, until this man is in handcuffs, this is just an effort. Some people get money out of him, whether justified or not. You know, at worst, he's going to file for bankruptcy because he can't pay for all
And
these
also,
people.
what he did too, just like when that stuff happened with Cassie, he changed his businesses into his daughter's names. Like, you know, he has three. He got Love, and then he's got the two twins, right?
Oh.
So now his businesses are now he doesn't. He's not with that one. What is the one that he owns? The channel that he had. He doesn't.
He sold
He
his
sold
shares
that
in
one, right? He got rid of that, so he got the money for that. But then everything else, like his actual corporation, all that stuff, is in his daughter's name. So what he's trying to do is move his assets, right? Because he's not stupid. He's moving his assets.
Yeah.
So we know this is going to blow up. He's going to owe a lot of people a lot of money, and they already said, and I don't know, this is speculating. He owes $100 million to one bank, because what he did was he borrowed from one bank to pay another bank, and now he owes another bank.
So he only owes if they win these civil suits. Like again, he paid Cassie immediately because he didn't want to go through all that. But I mean, he may not necessarily win these other civil suits.
Okay,
So,
and it has been said that Cassie, his lawyer said that she was asking for 30, but it seems like she came out with a little more than 40, closer to 50 or something like that. To settle. So as far as there's that, and then like Kim was trying to get into the 50, like Daphne Joy was named as a sex worker in the suit. So Diddy and 50 have never liked each other, or I mean, well, I should say 50 has never liked Diddy, right? As I said, I can give you speculation, right? I heard a story, hearsay, right up front, right? Hearsay, right? Diddy, it is fact that 50 Cent used to ghostwrite for Diddy, right? But the hearsay part of it is that Diddy pulled the same thing, or tried to pull the same thing on 50.
Not paying him?
No, trying to suck his feet.
It was.
Okay.
It was 50s in the studio.
He grabbed his ass.
He's writing a song for Diddy, right? Diddy is Al Bundying it, hand in pants, whips it out, and 50 is appalled, and he's like, "Nah, go back and write that song." Man. He's like, and you ain't getting no publishing, no mechanical royalties, nothing. You're just gonna take this $5,000 and that's that. And
so ever since then, he's like, damn.
And he's like, yeah,
damn, Diddy.
He's a weirdo. I don't mess with him.
I don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. Now Diddy has always been, and don't get me wrong, not Diddy, 50. He's always been a thug. And yes, he's a businessman now, but Diddy, at the heart of who he is a thug. Okay.
Diddy or 50?
To tell me that Diddy made a pass at him basically, but then Diddy, he was ghostwriting for him, and Diddy didn't pay him, or
Diddy paid him, but he gave him like, it's not that he didn't pay him. He said you don't get any back end, right?
Okay.
Like the low amount, right?
Okay. Because I'm like, 50 has never been a punk. Because I mean,
no. Let me put it in context. Let me give you context, right? This is 50 post 9 shots, but pre Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah, so he wasn't 50 then. He wasn't 50. He was a dude.
He wasn't 50, but he wasn't a punk either.
He wasn't a punk, but he's still.
He still wants to be in the music industry. He ain't stupid either. He wants to be in the music industry.
Yeah,
but he's not
in the best. He's not in peak physical condition. Yeah, because he's been rehabbing from 9 gunshots. So it's and plus it's Diddy. he's already been blackballed due to Irv Gotti and everybody else. So, yeah, do I really, Paul, no Diddy, do I really want to poke this bear? No, I'm just gonna take my money and stay the fuck.
And move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
once he becomes who he is, now he has the power to be like, now I can fuck with him now, which was like,
right.
he's very focused on this, and I love
hates him. He really hates him.
He hates
and
him.
I also think it has to do with Daphne too.
Okay, so into the Daphne of it all, I'm like, when we start talking about these civil suits, right?
Yeah.
You're skeptical about the Diddy thing, but I'm like,
no,
she has not filed a suit, right? But the allegations that she's making is just like, this is just totally out of the blue. You had, I don't know how long to say something, file something, and now 50 wants to file for full custody. And you're like, oh, he raped me. And
hold up. Well, Kim is not skeptical. She's just asking logical questions. Like,
yeah, I'm asking a question. I'm not skeptical about anything. I'm not saying that I wasn't there. I have no idea. But when someone continuously says the same thing about you, eventually someone's gonna be like, you know what? He did that. He did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like with Michael Jackson, you continuously have children talking about he touched my penis, he did this, he did that. After a while, you're gonna have to say he did that shit.
I disagree. I vehemently disagree on the Michael Jackson part of it all, because it was a matter of you pay once and then everybody has a story.
Okay, well, that may be the same case with Diddy. How do you know that may not be the case with Diddy then?
I'm saying the Diddy thing, we were hearing I was hearing all of this stuff way before any of the suits. So it was just like,
but people were hearing that stuff about Michael Jackson way before the suits too. And just like I said, if someone continuously says the same thing about a person, there's got to be some truth to it. Just like with Diddy. Diddy has always been the way he is, right? Bisexual, not bisexual. I don't know what he is, and I really don't care who he sleeps with. Has nothing to do with it. But what I'm saying is that you hear the same thing over and over and over again. Some of that got to have some truth to it, right? But there's one thing that I'm saying is you got to prove that this man is doing these things. Yeah. And unfortunately, that has to have witnesses. We have to have, if you got video, that's great too, right? But some people can get off with video too. Now, I have a question for you guys, right? So when the young lady was reading the actual lawsuit, right? They said that Daphne and what is her name? Little Miami or whatever her name is, the one he was dating, right? So they're saying that those two were procuring women for the parties, right? And some of them were underage. Now, Diddy paid each one of them a salary, basically, to do this, right? But now, all of a sudden, they're making it seem like these two women are prostitutes. If you work for someone doing a job that they asked you to do, now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're right to have done the trafficking or, children to get, young girls to sleep with men. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is it's not against the law to pay someone a salary if you give them a job to do for you. That doesn't make them prostitutes. Do you see what I'm saying? Like they're not, we don't have nobody's ever said, well, we know Little Miami was his girlfriend. Daphne actually was his girlfriend for a second, for a blink of an eye. She was dating Diddy, right? 50 didn't like that. 50 was saying all types of stuff about Daphne when they were dating, right? And so now he's trying to say, oh, she was a whore for him. She's a prostitute. And now I'm going to take Sire from him. He's not right when he says that. That's wrong. She got a salary, just like Little Miami, just happened to be his girlfriend at the time. Okay. Now we need to, you guys feel?
Wait, no, he's not saying that. 50 Cent is not saying that. I'm going to be 100%
50 Cent is not saying what?
He's not, he's quoting her being a sex worker from the Little Rod lawsuit. So if they go to court and you called me a sex worker, no, I was quoting what you were called in Little Rod's lawsuit. Because if you look at his Instagram post, he says, according to lawsuit, you little sex
also a sex worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not her fault for someone putting that in there about her.
True.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that
he's calling her.
He's
just saying that's not his words. That he is using the lawsuit to get full custody. But like it's probably like you said, Kim, it's probably some jealousy or some bullshit in there somewhere. This kid's been your kid for a while. Now all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, like now he has the evidence. Like he couldn't take him before. Like he could take the child before. So this is just some petty shit. Like you said that he's using is that the civil suit just helps him do it. And now he can. And also,
no, I think it's the opposite. I'm like, he might have, I don't know when he filed for sole custody, right? It might have been, last week, or he might not even have filed for it yet. He's just saying, I'm going to file for it now, right? But at the moment that it happened, that's when Daphne starts claiming abuse from 50. That's where
you call suspect.
Yeah,
that she.
It could be suspect or it could be true. We don't know whether it's true or not.
People said the same thing about Cassie. It all. Anytime you got a long-term partner who all of a sudden it seems all of a sudden is like they did this to me and they did that to me, and Cassie in particular, I need $30 to $40 million. I'm like, you just a spiteful woman who spent too much time with him. You were not
look that way, right? It can look that way.
You made bad decisions, and now you want to get paid. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, as opposed to I was a victim for all these years. So like, but every victim goes through that. Every victim gets he or she just making up shit. Like especially when it's with a long-term partner, especially. Baby mama, same thing. It's like, and so. That's unless you got some evidence of such, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. It's
hard to prove it. And 50 Cent said on the Breakfast Club one time, because I watched the video just last night. He said on there, and they did bleep him, but he said that there's always an unwritten rule about you can get sex from your baby mama whenever you want to. There's an unwritten rule. There's no unwritten rule. I'm telling you now, I am a baby mama. No. Okay. I am an ex-wife. No. Men try that though. They do. Yes.
I think the context to your point, and also consent is a thing, right? Like absolutely. I think to the point that in certain, especially in the 50 Cent type situation where your livelihood is I'm a baby mama of so and so.
Absolutely.
That woman is gonna give up the draws 9 times out of 10 because that could be another check. Right. So it's not that big of a, it's a different situation. They're more employees at that point, and therefore, he could be like, unless they're with somebody that's making more money than me, those draws are still there. And I probably, there may be some feelings and that kind of stuff, so it.
But also too, he could be pissed that she was messing with Diddy.
Yeah. And so he's like, and again, the law, even if I think says he's going to, so he hasn't done it yet. The way I read it, it was the lawsuit, the civil suit identifying her as such and maybe he was like, I need to get ahead of the public reaction because when they find out that
gaslighting us too.
Yeah, but he could be like, people are gonna start putting me on this shit. I like because he flipped that situation around real quick. He's like, no, that's her, and I'm gonna take my child, as opposed to, hey, you've been shitting on Diddy all this time. Now your baby mama's caught up in this thing too. And he's like, whoa. I need to shape the narrative. I need shit that I like this ain't my fault. Like I ain't being exposed. Because and that sort of thing. I don't. But we still need download Diddy. It was proven that MJ accusations were just a money grab. I think that's just like you can say the same thing about Bill Cosby because he paid too for decades.
Yeah, I mean, and the total on Bill Cosby is ridiculous. Okay, it's 70 some plus women. It was 46 when he went to jail. Can you imagine?
I'm just saying, like someone with resources fights to keep their resources, unless they go, you know what, just shut the hell up and take this check because too much stuff can be real. So, but either way, every victim gets accused of the same thing. You just making this stuff up. You're bitter, whether it's true or not.
It's all on brand for 50. I'm like, I don't remember hearing any other allegations before this.
No, his messaging is what he's talking about. To me, the messaging of like
Yeah,
again,
his messaging is on brand. He
Yeah.
gaslights us all the time. He does stuff like
Yeah.
this all the time.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
not.
well,
And you know
yeah.
what? He's smart about his though. I'll tell you this. This the part that I didn't get when this whole thing with Diddy was happening, right? I'm thinking to myself, 50 Cent always said when he has sex with a woman, he makes them sign an NDA. And you know what I'm saying? Like
I remember that. Yeah.
Because he's like, I don't want anybody saying I made you do anything. I raped you, I made you do this stuff. No videos are happening, none of that, right? Because he doesn't want any charges against him. And I'm thinking to myself, Diddy, why didn't you listen to 50? Like, you constantly have these freak parties. This should be a closed set.
Okay. So let me get into that. This is something that everybody has been saying, and this is something that all the lawyers have been saying. NDA just means I have a secret, all right? And I want you to keep the secret. And then I have to give you something to keep said secret, all right? But as soon as you bring criminal activity into said contract, it is the secret. It's a part of the secret. Me keeping the secret is a crime. It's null and void immediately.
But I understand that, but still, he still could have done it. He still could have done it. And then why have all these cameras all over the house during your freak parties? That's just
I told you, it's black. It's the purpose for the parties is for blackmail and the footage is proof to get the person, to compel the person to then play ball. Like,
well, that's the same thing. You know who used to do that too? Hugh Hefner, allegedly. But there's documentaries all about it, and they showed the video equipment. Of course, it was old. It was old as hell, y'all.
I'm about to say,
they had it in his bedroom. He had all the video, and he would watch. There was like 15 TVs in this man's room on the wall, and he videotaped every single thing that happened outside his house and inside his house. So
he was smart. The master, bro. Like he
goes down in the grotto.
Yeah,
everywhere. Everywhere. The grotto, in the house. The pool house,
Magic Johnson, all of them showed up to that man's house. Like Bill
Cosby supposedly essayed somebody there.
Who?
Yes, Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah, that's on brand. Come on. He was
the lead comedian for the Playboy Club at one point.
He what?
He headlined like the Playboy Club at one point.
Oh yeah. Well,
that was a.
it was a time. A lot of.
It was a time like Studio 54. Many wealthy people have NDAs you need to sign. If anything illegal happens, they're null and void. Because I remember, and Jemani also.
I understand that, but still,
that's a lot. That's a lot to go through just to be like, I can't have you talking. Have you talk about this. But I do remember. 50 Cent just has that kind of process. So that is smart.
Okay, so let me walk it back to what you guys were saying about the pay, like them being on payroll. As soon as you put somebody on payroll, right? Which is why the Cassie lawsuit got settled immediately, is because it's now sexual harassment. This is workplace harassment. That's a different level than person to person. This takes down the whole company and everything involved with the company.
Well, right? She named the company.
But Daphne and Little Miami or whatever her name is, they're not saying he did anything that Diddy did anything to them bad.
No, I'm saying, but Cassie was, and Cassie was saying
Cassie wasn't on the payroll.
And Little Rod,
yes, she was.
Little Rod,
huh? That's how she started. She was an artist. She was like that's the whole point.
And she modeled for all of the brands. She was for Sarah.
That's true. You're right.
John.
Yep, she did.
So Little Rod was a producer for this album. He's an employee. Yeah. This is not this is not Farnsworth Bentley where you have nothing to do with nothing. I hire you to hold an umbrella or something. No, this is you are here to do a job, and that was subverted by all of these nefarious activities that were going on.
This is good, but I would suggest. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry. I can be like this, but I'm gonna be real with you. I'm starting to wind down. So let's. I would suggest we make this part one. Like maybe part two came like once some child charges are filed, and we actually have like maybe he's actually arrested. Like maybe some criminal stuff happens. I would submit Jamani.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm about to.
All right, so before we get out of here, I want everybody in the chat to put guilty or not guilty in the chat before we go. Just get a little quick poll going. And we can close it out. So David, what is your final summary?
He sorry. Oh, you're very kind. He did something. I think the allegation, the Stone dude, whatever. I think he's full of shit. He's trying to get some money. It's a civil suit. I think he's trying to get some money. I think Cassie probably has the most evidence. Like I think it's the most significant. I think the sex trafficking is where they can get him. If they can find some of these, black men who gave him the penis, right? Like, and be like, he paid me for this. That is a crime still in every state. Then that's where they got him. That's where and if he can start across the state lines, that makes it federal. I think that's their best bet to bring him down. I don't think this is an Epstein thing. I don't think they're gonna have videotape footage of celebrities doing wild shit with kids and dogs or whatever. I think that may be a stretch.
Dogs?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he likes, but I mean, so that's what I'm saying. If he can make a couple of male escorts snitch, then he has some problems. That would be my suggestion, sure. But I do look forward to see what actual him in handcuffs. I want to revisit this when he's in handcuffs for whatever reason.
Yes.
And then we have a conversation. Then things are moving forward. Him paying checks don't mean shit. I mean that's what celebrities do in the end. And they can pay it off. He's still free.
Right.
So
I'll put it to you this way: Jonathan Majors got convicted, and he was running away.
Is he sentenced yet?
No. We're waiting for that.
Okay.
And I want to do a
video.
But
this is I'm like, they're waiting to have the the big nail in the coffin. They're not trying to get him on misdemeanors. They're trying to get him on high crimes and felonies. And
but you still
they're looking at that. I'm telling you, like right now is basically the early 80s. Like pink cocaine is what crack was in the early 80s. Like this is going to level everything in the next decade.
But this is the thing. I mean, it's not a surprise that he's on drugs. I mean, it's just not. People are on drugs. They just are, right? Everybody uses something to get along. I'm not on drugs, by the way. But I'm just saying.
Everybody, but not me.
But exactly, right? But when I take my ibuprofen, I take my, my Aleve, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's using something to cope every day, right? That's what I'm saying, basically, right? So with Diddy being on drugs, the only thing that you can say as many times as you want to that he did pink cocaine. If he's not selling it, who gives a shit? He's not selling anything to anyone. But if he's doping people on, and they don't know about it, that's a totally different thing. And can you prove that he did that kind of stuff? Like, is he roofing people? That kind of thing. So other than that, I mean, I'm not surprised. People who party a lot, they use all types of drugs and stuff to keep the party going, and I'm sure he's not the only one who's doing pink cocaine. I mean, obviously it's a party drug, right? So I don't think this is like really a big deal. I feel like the biggest deal is, are you trafficking women or young men to have sex with your friends and yourself? Are you doing that? That's what I think. I don't think he's like selling drugs to people. And if he has illegal guns, that's his dumbness because he knows better. But other than that, I mean, that at the end of the day, he's gonna either pay or not, or he's gonna go to jail or he's not.
But I must commend him because it's almost like a TV show that he has a white boy to you're the guy, you hold the gun, you hold the drugs.
It's flipped, right? Normally it's the other way around. Yeah, exactly. But whether he's white, black, purple, or green, if he's supplying people with the drugs and Diddy told him to, or Diddy's calling him to, and he can prove that, then Diddy is in the wrong and he needs to get in trouble for that. So we'll see what happens. I'm guessing maybe in the next 2 weeks we'll see Diddy get arrested or not. We don't know.
But if he has like a Fahim Muhammad who's like, a fixer, if he's helping to cover up said shooting in a studio and other crimes that may have taken place, then that shows a criminal conspiracy. That's like almost like a RICO in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's involving himself in governmental agencies to cover up evidence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let's hope that's not going on. Let's hope that's not going on. But we'll see. I mean, and I hope that his children don't get involved, and I'm hoping his sons don't go to jail. But if they do, I mean, it's Diddy's fault. Let's just put it on. And I know they're grown or whatever, but your father is Diddy. I mean, he's Diddy. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to say, no, Dad, I'm not going to do this, because he funds their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gives them everything that they ever want in life, and
including sons that aren't his, like Quincy, who's
well, yeah,
is saying, "Come home."
Yeah, and that's a whole nother story. When you go down the whole rabbit hole of what happened and why Quincy was raised by Diddy, that's a whole nother rabbit hole, right? Because that normally doesn't happen if the father is alive. So there's a lot that I'm not going to go into with I'll Be Sure and Kim and what happened and why Diddy had to step in. Let's just say I'll Be Sure was not perfect. He was not. And so when someone else has to raise your child and you're still alive, there's a problem, okay? And that problem is probably you, okay? Because it wasn't like he raised him for a couple of years. He raised him his entire life, right? So you're trying to make it seem like, oh, Diddy did so bad. There's not a lot of men who raise someone else's child. There's not a lot of men who do that. And Diddy did it. So let's give him his props for that. Other stuff, no. But yeah, I'll Be Sure now it's like, oh, come home, son. Why wasn't you telling that boy to come home when he was a baby and Diddy was taking care of him? Why wasn't you trying to get him then? Why wasn't there any court cases where you was trying to get your child? There's none. Because you wasn't trying to get your child. Because you was not able to take care of your child. So, hey, let's just put it out there.
I think he owes a significant amount of child support.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, let's not, and it's not like he did a bad job. I haven't heard anything ever in the news bad about Quincy. Quincy seems to be a nice young man, just like his brothers. I haven't heard anything bad about them either. His little sisters seem to be, cute girls and stuff. So I don't know. But, so anywho, I'm going to go ahead and say adieu to everybody. Thank you, chat. I appreciate you guys. And please like, comment, and subscribe to Jamani's channel. We are so proud of him that he's got this together. And please share the video. Even if you don't think people are going to like it, share the video. Tag people in the video. We want Jamani to get as many subscribers as possible. So thank you, Jamani, for having me on your channel. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Kim. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you for coming and appreciate your words. Same for David. Thanks for doing a dual stream. And we're gonna, wrap this up. As she said, like and subscribe, leave a comment, share it around, all of that good stuff. I'm going to leave you with some words from Diddy from 25 years ago. This song, he speaks of Antigua, which is where people thought he was. Him doing a movie with Miramax, which was Harvey Weinstein's company, the feds coming to get him, all types of stuff that have actually come true within this year. So see you guys